Hi, Camilla. We still have some people in the village. I'm on YouTube, so you have to wave. I'm late. So when we have rainy weather, we have look at the clouds. Camilla, do you get special treatment for being the chieftain's daughter?
Special treatment.
She doesn't know what special treatment is.
What is my special treatment?
Do you get any special treatment in the village for being the chieftain's daughter?
Free hugs.
Free hugs. Okay, we'll take it.
I don't know if it's gonna stay.
You're cute. Okay, we'll go sit down. I'm late. But we can look what the village. Hello, everyone. We can look at the village looks like with the clouds laying low. Hi, Amaro. Amaro, you're the one that's coming to the Needlebinding Festival at the end of May, I believe. The one in Belgium. I got the right Anne, I think. Actually, there's quite a few people coming now. It's getting bigger and bigger. Karl and I just bought our tickets. Was it 27th and 28th of May, the last Saturday and Sunday of May in Odense, Denmark. So it's official. We're going. I'll share Maria's tent and bring some things with. Karl will probably just be there for YouTube because that's probably too many women for him. Too much yarn, I don't know. If there was a few more weapons, he probably would. It is the right hand. Okay, yeah. And Max said I tried to make a round start by the crochet method and continuing in Nalbinding. Wasn't sure which stitch I can use. You could do that, absolutely. Have you ever seen the deconstructed method, by the way? Where you make a chain, but you leave a long tail in the beginning when you make a chain. And then you run the tail through the bottom of all the stitches and cinch it together, and then you have kind of like a ring, the beginning of a spiral. I can show that a little bit. Kaya is here from Tregde. Hey, is it raining there too? Kaya is Karl's sister. No, we're having absolutely beautiful sunny weather here. What do you think? Oh, it's great looking. Chieftain's Hall. Let's see who else is here. I was late again, of course. There's been little avalanches all day long. Susan's here from Frankfurt. Matthew is from Egan in Minnesota, my home state. And Heidi is here from Trøndelag. Rune is Heidi. I think we got Rune to agree to come today. We'll see. I wrote his name on there just in case. Arlene is here in Manitoba. She looks like she's having similar weather. And Raymond in Perth. Of course, he stayed up late for us, I hope. That wasn't getting up early. It's like midnight in Australia. Kiwi's here from Bergen. Kiwi made an egg. I saw it. It's on the Nalbinding group, which, by the way, there's a little bit of drama there for you. But the egg is cool. You have to see. Torben is here. He didn't reach the first duty today. He's on watch duty. The greater demon of Nurgle is having his bath. Well, it's hard to compete with a bath, I gotta say. And Cheeky Red's here from Morristown, New Jersey, and drinking hot tea. And Maria was the first up today. How in the heck did you do that? Okay, so Maria's going to be my roommate in Denmark at the Needlebinding Festival. Yes, and Torben's got some really good information here. He bought the Chili Klaus Windforce 9 chili ketchup bottle today and haven't tasted it yet, but we could do that live in the chat. All right, what are you going to have your Chili Klaus ketchup on? And for those of you who don't know, I'll have to turn this way, though, because this is kind of fun. Okay, so it's all about torturing Karl. You know that, right? Just anything that makes Karl torture. So 2 years ago for Christmas calendar, I got him the Chili Klaus Christmas calendar. Chili Klaus is like Chili Claus, I guess, maybe for Santa Claus. Made these little chocolate balls, and each week you get, or each day you get a new one. And they had different degrees of, actually, Torben's probably got this thing on the back and can tell you what they were. Windforce 1 was, kind of easy amount of heat or chili that came off of it. And I think Windforce 12 was the... call the ambulance or something, or the fire truck. But so yeah, no, I definitely think you need to try that, and we will see how you survive Windforce 9. That's pretty high up there. Greg thought these were fun too, and brought the rest of the chili calendar home for his father to play tricks on. Karl didn't make it past day 4. But I cannot remember which episode that was, but it was 2 Christmases ago, so you have to go back, and it's probably the beginning of December, or maybe the first week in December of 2021, I think. Yeah. Anyway, we were, yeah, no, it was because it was December 4th. I remember because I said we were going to hit our 1-year anniversary the next day, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it because, well, Karl had to go for a fire extinguisher, quite literally. Iced coffee. You look like it's like the last 5 minutes of the episode, or the week, but it was so hilarious. You have to see it if you haven't anyway. So yes, Torben, we need to see how you're doing on this one. We'll get more clouds and I can read chat. We had a lot of avalanching up in that direction today. Let's see. Cheeky got plastic eggs for half price in the after Easter sale. That is the best time to buy it. Another thing you can actually do, if you know if they come in candies or something, take a picture of them, post them to your local Facebook area, and ask if anybody has them that they, to get rid of, because everyone likes a good way of recycling. I did that 1 year, and the lady at the coffee shop had got me 6 eggs or something, and I didn't even have to spend a dime. So that was quite cool. But yeah, the eggs are awesome. I still have to go and see if I can find some of the Easter bunny ones because I said they didn't have the plastic Easter eggs this year, so I couldn't make them. And then I got told by Raymond the Bunny King, or Prime Bunny on Instagram, because the new ones, the eggs have been replaced with the shapes of bunnies. And I said, you can't yarn bomb a bunny. And he's like, no! How dare you not needle bind a bunny? So now I have to needle bind a bunny. I don't know. It's going to look like a big clump of needle binding. But okay, challenge accepted. We will yarn bomb a bunny for Raymond. It might take me a couple of months, but I will get there, damn it. So that was good. Let's see. Who else do we have on here? Yeah, Anne. She lives near New Leuven, if I've said that correct. Yeah. What stitch are we going to work on for today? I was looking at this Nashual something stitch that I saw, and I have to remember how it was because I didn't have enough time to review it right before I left. So we will do that. But I saw you had, Max said that has tried the deconstructed start, but it kind of sounds like cheating. It does, but it's exactly the same thing as if you start in a ring and just undo the chain or undo the tail. What color is the month? The color of the month is green. I have some green to show you. Let's go somewhere drier because I'm standing in the rain. I see they've been reorganizing the fire area here, the fire pit. It used to be a table there. And the fire pit has been moved from over there to over there. So this is kind of koselig. You know the word koselig? It means kind of cozy in Norwegian. It's like kos is a word that people like to learn. And Scandinavian languages, like hygge. Okay, so I made my green today, and it was not this week or month, and it was not needle binding. I'm such a bad person. Oops. If you can hear a plastic bag, I don't know what you're meaning. So last week I had an embroidery class. It was the first time I'd ever held an embroidery class, so we called it as I'll just show you what I know how to do, and you decide whether it's Viking or not. Oops, let's see if we put this down. So this is what I made with the students. It's just to show them how to do it. I had to do it along with them. Oh, you can see the gimbal and everything. Hi. Maybe if I tilt it down a little bit more this way. There, you can see it without reflection. So I made that one, and it's just stem stitch around the edge and chain stitch in the middle with some of our wet red wool yarn. But Leila came. Oh, shoot. I was going to show some more colors of her yarn, but we'll have to show it next week. And she Leila Frid has been plant dyeing our wool that we have. We have so much in the natural color that we needed. It would be fun to have some more plant dyed colors. And she uses the yarn to use up the rest of the dye in her pot when she doesn't have enough. So she came with this green that was dyed with indigo and tansies in I think it was in an iron pot. And she gets that. Yeah, it was indigo and tansy in an iron pot. Maybe it was copper pot. Anyway, and she gets this, and I don't know if you can see it. You can see the red looks very flat now compared to this one. Hey, Anders. I'm going to whore you for my YouTube. You did walk by me. Whoops. We're following you. You can run, but you can't hide. There he comes, and there he goes. What is it? We like to see you arrive, but we love to watch you leave. I'm going to hell. Oop. Danglish girl. I like that, Danglish. Hello from Denmark. Welcome. So I say I speak Norglish. So I'm assuming that's what Danglish is anyway, half Norwegian, half English. But yeah, anyway, you can see the color when you use a difference when you use, oh geez, there's no way to not me get there and there, but yeah, when you use the regular red wool and you use something plant dyed, it has a bit more texture to it, if you can see the greens playing on each other there. So it looks quite cool. Naschulte single carboning that's the one I was thinking of actually showing. And I don't know if I have enough yarn with me to try it, but we will. Let's see what we can do. But I have to remember how that one went. I'm trying to remember what you have to kind of talk me through it, and I'll see if I can remember. I have some more stuff to show in here, though. Let's see. We have a Christmas beer for Karl. It's the wrong date, but that doesn't matter. The pink tag means it's for YouTube, so that means there's something from the liquors, the state organized or whatever liquor store. Vinmonopolet. Let's see. Stop making noise in the background. So we'll see what that is when he comes out in a little bit. He's just closing up the village. But there's another fun thing. I got a nice mail. Yeah, it's Hugin and Moonin. I think so too. That was exactly where the pattern came from, actually. So, I can show more village here while I read. There we are. Nice flags from the Yoker gas station. They ruin our view every time. So I have another little fun story. We'll do it this way, then you can see. This week, I got an email from, or last weekend, I got an email from a lady who lives in Otternes, which is literally about 1.5 tunnels, or no, almost 1.5, 2 tunnels through anyway, and she lives in, 3 tunnels. It's Aurland. And Otternes, which is like a little old village, not as old as the Viking age, but definitely got some age to it anyway, historical. And she has the same kind of sheep we do, which is the Norwegian Norwegian Spelsau, or Old Norwegian Short-tailed Landrace. I will show you what they look like, actually, and then we'll come back to the wool. So she wants to know if we are interested in selling this wool that she has. It is not hand-spun. I was kind of hoping it was, but it's the next best thing. It is her sheep, the same sheep as ours, and she takes the wool and she brings it into Hildesvåg, which is a yarn factory that's not too far from here, maybe an hour, and they spin it for her. And then she sells it, and she wanted to know if we were interested in selling that in the shop on commission. Yeah, so I have some of that to show. Let's see. But this is the same sheep they come from. How you doing? There we are. Hi, Grotas. This is Grotas, or the gray one, but he's now going more and more brown. First he went light, light gray, then he went kind of white, and then, oh, there comes his brother Svarten, which is no longer the black one. Okay, so we'll check out them for a little bit because they're being very camera fun. So yeah, he started out being the gray one, and then he starts turning white, and then he starts going brown. Did you want to snuggle? Oh, he's so fin you are. He wants me to pet him. But you can see here, actually this is really good that he's letting me pet him, because you can see his wool is starting to separate. See, it comes naturally separated there. You can see it here too. When that happens, that means his wool is ready to be removed. We do this once a year, and let's see, I think, yeah, April, the end of April is when he's due, so he's really due soon. So this is about 1 year's growth for them, all this wool. Oh, you being a little lovey today. Nope, his brother got too close to the food. Look, he's got a little white spot on his butt. But you'll also notice the snuggly sheep is rather exciting for an Aussie sheep herder. Yeah, Karl has dubbed Raymond a sheep herder, so he has no other choice. You want more snuggles now? Do you want to be snuggly? You need a bath. But if you can see on there, if it's close enough, you can see he's got longer outer hair, and inside he's got this shorter sort of down. Are you going to bump my head? He likes to headbutt things. Oh, there we go. More snuggling. Okay. Let's see. Camera doesn't go down that low. But this longer outer hair, this is perfect for making sails, for example. Sorry, did I pull too rough on you? No, you don't bump me. I think he's just mad that I don't have carrots with me. But yeah, it's a very tough one. You gonna bump me? No, you don't get to bump me. No. And then the inner softer fiber is what you would use to make clothes with. So when you have wool that's really itchy, it might be made with the outer fibers, but that would be much stronger. Okay, anyway, so these two sheep, this lady has a whole bunch of them. He's eating the bark. And we have wool from her, so I'll have to go and show you what that looks like. Bye, sheep. Raymond's gonna miss you. There. The only thing is it's the thinner wool, so you're gonna have to use at least finish 2 + 2, maybe 2 + 3 even. They say bye. They said bye. That's a really bad joke. Okay, so we'll go back to my little pile of things here, and I will show you the wool that she delivered today for in the shop. Oh, the sound went somewhat bad. It might have been because I'm walking around. Is it better now? Or maybe I got a water droplet in there. How's the sound? Could have just been me bleating like a sheep, but that doesn't sound very good either. Hey, Albert. Oh, the sound got muffled. I think I got water in my sound. Checking you out, that's all. There you go, Albert's back. I'm playing with wool. Huh? Slim Shady's back. Albert, look who's back. Albert's back. It's a little muffled though on the sound. I think I might have got water in the microphone. Yeah, it's okay. He had a lot of important things to say. What did you do today?
I beat up some kids from school.
You did? You beat them a lot. You controlled that group though. You can tell you've been in the military for a year doing the Norwegian military service. We'll have to show more yarn after. So you were told at 9:45 that at 11 o'clock you were going to be teaching a bunch of students how to play Knotleiker.
Yeah.
Do you know the history of Knotleiker or anything?
Well, I've played it a couple of times before.
Yeah.
Not much.
No.
So I just based it off of what we did the time I played it.
Yeah, because you played it. I would never play that game. It looks like you'll get to kill each other.
It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, but you owned them. You're like, okay, hands up right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 of you are going there. 4 of you are going there. You're the captain. You're the captain. Let's go. Come on.
It's the way you do it when you play handball or football anyway, right? So
Yeah, no, but it was good because they're students. They need to pay attention. They need to snap to it. They just listened to me talk about textiles for a half an hour, so they're sleepy. And but I just got to say, you totally owned them. And then you went out and beat the crap out of them with weapons. But I have to say the best part was probably where you decided to take on 8 students by yourself, and then they bring in like 4 more.
Yeah.
And you versus all of them in Knotleiker.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to win at all. It was more a team building exercise for them.
It was a good one though.
Yeah.
They totally.
And they struggled. They struggled. That's the big
You
thing.
almost got the ball. So they put the ball in the middle of the field. He stands on one end, they stand on the other, and they have to run to try to get the ball first and then put it through the goal. Both times, although you did better on the second time, Albert goes and grabs the ball. He runs forward, grabs the ball, tries to slide underneath him in an American football type fashion, and then they just totally rugby piled on top of you in a very
Trying to
British.
get the ball. I had 3 people trying to get the ball out of my hand and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, how long did it take him to get the 3 people to get the ball out of your hand?
We struggled for about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 2 to 3 minutes. I don't know how well you can hear him, but this angle you should hear him better, depending on if my microphone is still mungled, but good job. Oh, so we have Albert for some weekends, so we're quite excited. And then you go back into the military until we make you quit and become a Viking, because come on, really?
That's the plan, yes. That is the plan.
And how old are you, Albert? Got to check out the dimples.
22.
22. This is why you're playing Knotleiker and the rest of us are not.
I'll be 23 in November.
Okay.
Then I'll go. Then I'll be bald and old.
And old.
Yeah.
And legal.
And
Okay.
Right, enjoy your knitting, huh?
Yeah, leave me alone. I'm playing with yarn.
See you later, Karin.
See you. They say hi, by the way. Okay, so I have to put this back down. Okay, and then we'll show the wool because I was playing with wool. This is the wool that we got in. So these are all natural. They're it's from the sheep. It's not colored at all. Although if you did want to plant dye, these two would be good to do. If I put them next to each other a little bit. There we go, like that. And then hold a bit above. You can see a bit better. You can see the thickness of it anyway. But she only had knitting samples of it because most people need knitting samples. So I'm making a little needle bound sample for her so she can see what it looks like. She's going to learn how to do it. But I gotta see what that is. Oh, I gotta read up on there. The volume is still bad. I wonder where, I'm gonna rub the microphone here. Nope, that didn't do. And there. Ah. It's, well, instead of having to run and get microphone, I'm just assuming I got some water in there, so I'll try to be, maybe we do charades. But here, this part you don't need audio for. This is the person who made the yarn, by the way. It's yarn from Gammel Norsk og Hvit Spel from Atnesgård, og andre lokale produsenter I Aurland, produsert på Hillesvåg Ullefraviken. So it is yarn from the same type of sheep that we have. Old Norwegian and white spell from Ortnes Gård or Ortnes Farm and other locally other local producers in our land. And they are produced at the wool fabric called Hildesvåg, which is next to us, the wool factory. And there you can see the weight of the yarn is vekt på nørste is 100 grams. Lengde the length is 100 grams that gives about 210 meters. And suggest needle size is 2.5 to 4. Yes, I think you're right. Max writes that I think it's DK Sports. I think it is too. So you can use it for needle binding, but you're going to want to go for a denser stitch, or unless you want a lacy effect, then go ahead, try it with Oslo. It says ubehandlet ull, vasket for hand. I did ask for this specifically. I wanted unprocessed wool, so this is unprocessed, and you have to of course hand wash it, because we wanted the natural colors. So it even actually has a little bit of a sheep smell to it, which is it smells so good. Clean sheep smell, I should say. Oop, I dropped one. Okay, so anyway, I have to catch up on chat and see if you wrote the Nashulta stitch on there, however you pronounce that. Neshulta, I think it is. But DK Sports Yarn is kind of rare in my area, special for a local craft store. Well, there you go. They're in the shop for 150 each. I actually thought she could have tried it for more than that, but she thought that was more than she was expecting. So, and we'll see how we do. I have, I think, 10 of each color. No, yeah, 10 of each color, I think it is, to start with, and then we just tell her when we need more. So now I am un-needle binding my old piece of Oslo stitch here to see. Okay, I will catch, and then we can try. If you tried it left-handed, I bet my mother can teach how to do it since she's a southpaw. I think I have to go back to the start. Okay, anyway, I'll keep looking here. Wait, let's see. Cheeky, I'm going to hell right along with you. Good girl. It smells like feet. Oh, the ketchup. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, no, I gotta keep going. Color of the month is green. And no, I did not finish my egg. I've been packing. I'm a horrible person, but it doesn't, well, it does kind of matter. But until then, green project, ladies and boys. Okay. Let's see. Null Binding Color Challenge 2023. January was brown, February was blue, March was gray, and April is green, says Raymond. He's right on. I did actually put a post up on Instagram, but it was the wrist warmers that I made, so I have to get some more done. Oh, and I still have to tell that drama story. It was a funny one. I'll have to wait till Karl's here, though. Nashulta stitch from Sweden is 1, twist the loop, and then 3. Yes, now I remember. Okay. Kiwi says, yay, I'm already needle binding with some plant-dyed green yarn. Perfect. Torben says the ketchup smells like feet. Okay, I can't wait to see how this goes. Arlene says I'm doing an embroidery class next Friday. Ah, so good. You'll have to let me know how it goes and what you learned, because I have to see how mine did. I wasn't quite sure how much they could do or not do, but I noticed that we did have to, first we went through as to how to prepare, get the materials ready and stuff like that. And then, to get your picture onto the fabric kind of a thing. I'm just undoing this one. And then I showed them how to do the stem stitch to outline it. And they kind of needed to focus on the stem stitch before, because it's a complete beginner. They needed to focus on learning the stem stitch before learning the next thing, which I was going to show him, which was the chain stitch. But more historically accurate should be the split stitch, not the chain stitch, but the chain stitch is easier to learn. Okay. A couple more stitches to take out of here, and then I can try that. I may call näshulta single carbining. Oh, cool. I have to check out carbining. Or, no, for carbining, I decided to call it double näshulta. I like that. I'm positive it's näshulta because it's Swedish spelling there. Raymond, snuggly sheep. This is rather exciting for an Aussie sheep herder. I still can't get over that. For Longerid, I call it double Broden, and for Broden, I call it double Mom. And Max has got like a whole system going on here. Oh yeah, and then Max is asking Maria if she's still planning on to continue making videos and shorts on Nalbinding, and she will at some point. Let's hope you do it. I keep thinking I'm going to do stuff like that, and yeah, don't get that far. Matthew says some of the Norwegian military in Minnesota today, some of the Norwegian military is in Minnesota today for a rucksack run. That's quite cool. What is exactly a rucksack run? Do they just kind of have to like put on all their gear and start running around, or? Rucksack is what we call a ryggsäck in Norwegian, and it's a backpack, but the actual rucksack would be a much older version of it, of a backpack. Let's see. Have I tried left-handed in Nalbinding? Yes, I have. Actually, though I read that wrong the first time. Yeah, I have done left-handed Nalbinding. It's quite actually useful to have in needle binding to be ambidextrous, because you can do more things with it. With needle binding, if you do like needle bind one in one direction and then on the other, you can do a lot of fun things with that. Okay. I think we're loose here. Let's try this. Näshulta, if I remembered it correctly. I have to get my needle out. Ignore the plastic bag sound. Okay. We're going for the long needle today. Okay, so if I remember correctly, for this one I need 4 loops. So we'll start the way I always do. Might not be the best way to start for this particular stitch, but you can always cut away an ugly start. So there's 1 loop, 2 loops, 3 loops. Running with a loaded backpack. Yeah, that's when I had it right. Okay, cool. That is heavy, by the way. It sounds like murder. We should make Albert do it. 4. In Norway, you have to serve a year in the military is required. But there's different options you have as far as that. Okay, so now I have the 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. My newest, oldest. But this one, you take the second loop from behind, like you would York, but then you twist it, and then you go through the 3rd and 4th loop that way, like you would Oslo, and turn and go forward like you would and finish. I believe, if I'm remembering this correct, take it all off, catch the new one on. And there was somebody that posted in some group that had made Norwegian or some mittens this way. I believe it was the Swedish group. Okay, so then it's going to be a little tricky. The 3rd and the 4th loop are now going this way. So you want to use these 2, I believe, from that way. Anyway, so second loop goes from behind, twists, and then, oh, maybe I go this way through. No, it has to be this way. I think so. And then under. That felt kind of hard to pull it through, so maybe I have it wrong. 1. I have to check. Once the back loops go vertical, and it will do that because you're twisting, then it's a little harder to tell which direction to go in. I think I have to take it from the other side. This is way too tight. Okay, so we go this way. Twist. I'm going to go through these 2 this way just for fun. I might be wrong. And then go under the thumb loop and under that one. The long yard. Okay, back. Twist. 3rd and 4th. Under the thumb loop, which is the first one, and under the leader yarn. The sound is working now. Good. It's probably because I've got my lips pressed up against the phone. But good to hear it. We have some microphones, but they don't like to work with my Apple phone. And some microphones will. The earphones work with it, but then you couldn't hear anybody else. Okay, so pulling those two loose. There we are. This is way too thick of a yarn for this stitch, by the way. I'm sorry, I bumped the thing. So you should do this. I should be doing this much, much thinner, which is also going to be part of the problem. But there was somebody that posted mittens with this stitch, and they look quite cool. They almost look like little L's going along. Okay, so we've had some fun needlebinding drama today, or this week. I got a message from Kelsey, Kelsey Patton, if you remember, from the big needlebinding group on Facebook called Nalbinding, N-A with a circle over it, B-I-N-D-I-N-G. She's having some marital issues she's going through a tough divorce, basically. And she created the Nalbinding site with her husband, like 9 years ago? Anyway, it's an ugly divorce, but apparently he's the one that officially created the channel, pushed the button. But it got ugly. I think she was originally, I don't know if she was kicked from the group, but she's been demoted. Anybody who's a group expert on there is no longer a group expert. There are no group experts. So she's been basically booted from her own channel. So, okay, this is not working. You can't go that way through. Look at that thing. It's getting longer and longer and longer. This looks kind of right, but this looks wrong. I have to go through that back loop the other way. I'm obviously taking the wrong loop. I'm perfect, I just want to say, but I might need to practice this stitch with the video in front of me. But if you go into neulaken.fi, this is, I can't keep going. This is getting worse. It looks so good. Okay, nope. I needed more prep time, Max. I'm so sorry, but we will play with this stitch again. Hey, Nell's here. Nell, I tried Nesshulta and I screwed it up. Look at this. Look at this. I kept going through the same back loop. That's what happens. Arlene's confused with this stitch. Well, you're not the only one, so am I. I have to try it again. I did something wrong on the back, but you're working over 4 loops. You are twisting the second loop and going through the 3rd and the 4th, but I must have gone through the wrong way. And it doesn't help that the yarn I'm using is way too thick for this. But when you get a result like that, you should not be learning from me on this video. Yeah, no, thin yarn is definitely better for this when you're going over 4 loops, but this is what I had in my bag, and I'm not going to rip those up because those are going in the store. So I was hoping I could just grab some yarn to demonstrate it, but I screwed it up, and I also only looked at the video once yesterday before driving out to Gudvangen, and I wish I had time to double check it today, but I didn't. If you notice, the link went up with like 5 minutes to spare, 3 minutes to spare, so I procrastinated as usual. Okay, so anyway, I get this invite to join this new group from her called Nalbinding 2.0. It'll probably get a new name in the future, just so you know. So if you haven't seen that one, it is the same thing as the Nalbinding group, but she's got her group back, with the regular Nalbinding group, but she's got it back because she can't get into the old one. She's been removed from administration access, whatever. It's got ugly divorce. So what I did, this is where it gets kind of funny. What I did then is I invited everybody on my friends list that had anything to do with needlebinding into this new group to help her out. And apparently Facebook gets mad at me. I have to kind of do this way. It's okay. It's perfectly natural to mess up when anyone tries Nalbinding the first time. See, I know what I'm doing. I really do. But I just wanted to make you guys feel good about it not being perfect. No, anyway. Okay. But it's actually very important that we're not perfect either. Oh, here comes Karl. You're just in time for this story. Okay. Anyway, so I invite everybody I know. We're going to get this better next time. I invite everybody I know that has needlebinding to the group. This is well over 250 people. I get a warning from Facebook that I no longer have that function for 24 hours. But a bunch of them got invited to the group, which was fun. So, and then we've had already 200 people invited members in that new group, Nalbinding 2.0. in less than 24 hours, so that was really good to go, and Kelsey is feeling the support. If you check out the description for that channel, this is where it starts getting really fun, Karl. The description, okay, so Karl just happens to send me a message at just the right time. The message says, I'm going through a messy divorce or something, things are getting ugly, and my ex has kicked my soon-to-be ex-husband, or no, my soon-to-be ex, it was no husband, soon-to-be ex, has kicked me from the channel, has removed all my group experts and taken all my rights from me, so I'm creating a new group. It'll be Nalbinding 2.0, you know, and I send out this message to 250 people. They read this group description that says, I have been kicked out of my own group by my ex, and I immediately get a couple of messages going, oh my God, Karin, are you okay? I want to bring you hugs and chocolates. And then Karl sends me a message at just the right time while I am frantically trying to update, because she gave me admin status. I wasn't expecting that, but it's a bit of a protection feature in case something happens to her Facebook account. We can still get into this other one with the second admin on it. And Karl sends me a message. I'm frantically trying to change the description. No, I'm okay. Karl didn't leave me. So Karl, what did you do? What did you do? And then Kelsey's feeling so horrible. Oh my God, I didn't mean to ruin it. No, it's fine. You're giving me a really good story to tell on Facebook or on YouTube. And best of all, I would love to throw Karl under the bus for you.
You need to put beer in this.
I need to put beer in that. Go ahead. Open your beer.
This turns out to be health food again.
By the way, the description on that group will change later, so check out Nalbinding 2.0. Read the description. It'll probably have the name changed and the description changed within about a week, but people were wondering why the new group. Okay, what did you get?
Stockholm, I suspect it to be Swedish.
Jo, det blir svenska. Just det.
Fine festival beer. Capital lager.
Mästerölet.
Öl. 7.2%. Which is, yeah.
Extra strong.
Extra, it's an honorable mention. Till Sverige, en hyllning till Sveriges vackra huvudstad. Ett ljust helmaltöl av yppersta kvalitet.
Yppersta.
Yppersta kvalitet.
No, it's yppersta, you're right.
Av speciellt utvalda svensk kornmalt. En blandning av de finaste humlesorter och vårt kristallklara vatten.
Your Swedish sucks.
Detta och vår manglande kunskap.
That means actually missing...
Yeah, they are actually writing...
Manglande kunskap means you're without knowledge.
They're actually writing mångårige. But this is Swedish, so you have to translate what I actually mean, not what I say.
So he's actually saying that they have many years of experience, but with making this, and what is it? Many years of knowledge anyway, and you're translating it into missing knowledge. So what do you say in Swedish? Skål. It's pretty close to Norwegian, don't you think?
No. It's very, very different.
So when I went to Sweden the first time, this is right, first time over in Europe, went to Sweden, I was staying in boarding Borås. They called it boarding Borås because they couldn't understand why anyone would visit there. I loved it, of course. It's the textile capital of Sweden. And the first thing they teach me to say is they give me a beer in my hand, hold it up, and they say, repeat after me. And we're, okay, what are you going to say? See, skål. I'm like, skål. Ta mig fan. Okay, so there I am. Skål, ta mig fan. What does that mean? Cheers. Take me. I'm easy. It was 21. Or actually be more or less take me for fuck's sake.
Some of my friends who are fishermen went to Newcastle, and these are not strong English speakers.
No?
But the English are always fascinated by foreigners. So they sit down and they basically go, okay, what's cheers in Norwegian? And one of them goes, cheers in Norwegian is jävla hora!
Which means fucking whore.
Bloody prostitute.
Or that was better than my words. This is not made for children, by the way. Oh, you're downing the 7.2. You've had a rough day, I see. How
Okay.
is it?
That's 1 point up for Sweden, I think.
Yeah? You found one you like?
Yep.
Can we show the can after this too? Stockholm, capital of Sweden. Or is the Sweden the capital of Norway? I just wanted to see if I could get that reaction. That's how to insult a Norwegian 101. Show me the can. There we are. Stockholm. 7.2, wow. It also says mästarölet at the bottom, which means master beer.
Yes. As opposed to all the amateur beer.
Well, yeah, but it also has extra strong. 7.2.
Do you have any Swedish viewers, or am I just insulting the Swedish? For
You're
no- no
insulting
game?
somebody every year anyway. There probably is.
Every year.
Every
I'm
week.
trying to be a little
Yeah.
bit more consistent on that.
So, Karl, did you get anybody actually asking you what the fuck you did to me?
No?
Removing moving my Facebook group. No, it's Kelsey's Facebook group, actually. But I thought that was hilarious. But you didn't call me for that reason. You called me for something completely different, and you didn't know
Yes.
about it yet. So, but hopefully I caught it in time anyway. But I thought that was so funny. I'm sitting here trying to talk to you. Just a minute, Karl. Hang on. I just have to fix this. I'm updating like mad as the messages are flooding in about what did Karl do to you? I am so sorry. Your family has joined the
Yes.
group. Your sister's
If-
on, by the way.
If I was evil enough to
Yeah.
start messing with your textile social media,
Yeah.
then you should probably break up with me.
Yep. He does not have the password. No, but anyway, I thought that was, oh, you know, and I feel bad for Kelsey, and I'm so glad so many people joined. So if you have joined Nalbinding 2.0 Facebook group, invite all your Nalbinding friends to it, and she can get the popularity back. I think they hit 10,000. It was so, even Sana, the one who made the page, Nylakentata.fi, Nulakinas, that one anyway, she also wrote me, says, oh my God, what happened? My favorite needle binding group with 10,000 people, and all of a sudden it's imploding. And no, it's not imploding, but there has to be and kind of explain it. But so hugs to you, Kelsey. Okay, so you're going to Denmark. We bought tickets.
Yes.
You paid for the hotel room.
Yes.
Yep. Are you excited?
About the needle binding festival. in
Yep, you're
Denmark.
going. You have to at least show up for YouTube in that outfit.
Diplomatic answer or honest answer?
We will get you some strong beer. I'll let Maria pick out some really good Danish beer, or what she thinks is good Danish beer. We'll give her money for it, and we'll see if you are you gonna be okay.
I'm not sure that the Danish know what good beer is.
Maria, find him some good beer. She says, I am so excited to see you. So you have to come, Karl. We will bring our Viking clothes. So we have the suitcase space. Apparently, it was either you could bring one bag to put under the seat in front of you, or you could bring one bag to put under the seat of you, one to put overhead, and one to put under the plane. It was one or the other. So it's either way too little luggage or way too much. So we have room for Viking clothes. So, and you're hauling all this shit because I'm weak.
Yeah. Are you planning to be shopping in Denmark or?
Probably. So we have to have one empty suitcase to bring crap back. Yep. Okay. I'm assuming. Yeah. So it's super exciting. Okay, we're gonna watch you drink from the front here. And stuff to bring home. That's right. Okay. So they can't hear you. Oh, look at that. You got foam on your lip and everything. Raymond says, laugh out loud, geography lesson today. And Maria says, all we know that Denmark is the capital of... Oh, we all know that Denmark is the capital of Sweden. That's better than Sweden being the capital of Norway. So what does that make Denmark?
Well, Denmark and Sweden hasn't been under the same government since the Kalmar Union, I believe. Norway, on the other hand, has been under both of them since. But
Yeah. I had to hold the camera close to you because the front microphone doesn't work well, but they should be able to hear. Anyway, but I have to catch up on chat. So Torben bought Chili Klaus ketchup. Wind force 9. He's testing it as we speak. The last I saw, he wrote, it smells like feet. So we'll have to see. Do you have any words of advice for him?
when somebody is dumb enough to buy these products, I can't help them.
Okay. There's some updates from Torben in the chat. I'm catching up. Let's see. First, they're confused with me messing up the Nesshulta stitch, so I'm going to have to do another run at that. And I was talking a little bit about the embroidery class, and Arlene adds in. That's exactly what I'm doing, a complete beginner class. We're going through fabric, threads, yarns, transfer pattern methods, and 5 basic stitches. Yep, that's pretty much what we did. I was going to go through 5 basic stitches, but we made it to 2. But hey, we can always have an extended one. Or we always have to have continuation. But that has enough to get them going for a while. Let's see. Yarn that smells like sheep. Oh my, laugh out loud, says Raymond. Seriously, smell. It's got like a...
Yeah.
It's a little bit of... It's a hint, because, I mean, it is washed, of course.
Has a little whiff of bah.
I'm sorry, say that again.
A whiff of bah.
You heard it from Karl. But it smells good. It's like good sheep. You could snuggle that sheep.
You can snuggle any sheep.
You can
It's
snuggle.
just a little bit more of a fight with someone than with others.
Okay, so Torben leads up at 1825 with... sorry, tickling my throat. It's probably the corona. An explosion emoji. The volcano emoji, and not 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5 flame emojis.
Yep.
Sorry. Oh, God, you just got when you get a little dry spot in the back of your throat. Max, by the way, says I often use worsted weight yarn for knoll binding, and that's about it. I used to use only chunky, but now I use both. Chunky and worsted weight. Oh, my God. I'm going to die. What did you do to me, Karl? What did you... It's only fun if I can throw you under the bus for things you didn't do. The sound is switching off and on. I think I got water in this sound, by the way, so. But the sound coming from this way, for some reason, does not work on this phone, so he has to be close for you to hear him. But from the selfie mode, you can hear it better. But there, I must have got water in my sound. Let's see. Matthew's making mittens with thin yarn and Osla stitch. Oh my God, that is beautiful though, but time-consuming, but so beautiful.
That's a Virginia project.
That's a Virginia. No, actually, because if you tightened Osla to your thumb, if you tightened Osla to the needle, that would be like making insane even more insane. Because her stitches, when Virginia does it, Virginia from the beginning of these, she makes Osla stitch and she tightens it to like a yarn darning needle, so they're really, really, really tiny and But now take one that's using 4 loops. It will not only be that tiny and tight, but it will be like that thick, I think, when you're done with it. So yeah, and I confused the hell out of him, Karl. You just missed it. I was trying to show him a stitch and I messed it up. I could see on the back side I was basically making a... I don't know what the hell I was doing, but it wasn't right. Okay, and then Torben adds updates from Torben. And the dog passed out. And oh, Max is one of those from Reddit, I bet that. Max says, I left Facebook forever because every time I tried to express my opinion ideas, I got called out for no reason. No, it's not easy to be a forum troll. No, I'm just kidding. No, but there's a lot that like Reddit. I need to post more on Reddit, but it's just a matter of how much time I have at the end of the day. Karl needs this ketchup, says Torben. What do you think, Karl? Windforce 9. You could not handle Windforce 4.
It's a matter of dimensions. I could use very strong ketchup, but then I would have to use very, very tiny amounts of it.
Okay.
That's the trick, you see.
Does that work, Torben? Tiny amounts of ketchup? Raymond says, no matcha beer this week, Karl?
No more health food.
No more health food. I thought you said head food. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, this is actually good, Swedish or not.
He says Swedish or not, that's actually good. I understood crystal clear water when you were reading the back. This is Raymond. And Cheeky says, all the cool kids are joining Knoll Binding 2.0. But, you know, no Karin was dumped during the making of that channel, I just want to say. And no Karl will be slaughtered. Oh, and he says, Anne says your Swedish was better than hers because she knows Pippi Longstrom, which means long socks. Kaya says, I hope the beer is better than your Swedish, bro. Told you. I could do Swedish better than that. Where's the can? I can do this. Hand me the can. You have it. Because I learned Swedish before Norwegian, so let's see how good I can do this. I was learning Swedish for 3 or 4 years before Norwegian. Well, first, I'm blind. Okay. Stockholms festival beer. Oh, that part's English. En hyllning till Sveriges vackra huvudstad. Ett just oh my god, I can't read. Helt maltsöl av yppersta kvalitet av speciellt utvald svensk kornmalt. En blandning av de finaste humlesorter och vårt kristallklara vatten. Crystal clear vatten. Water. Detta och vår mångåriga kunskap och hantverksmässighet gör Stockholm Fina Festival Beer till en smaksupplevelse i världsklass. Som vanligt brygger vi vår öl direkt till rätt styrka och smak. Okay, maybe yours was better. Oh, I see it's got Karl on there. Karl Toga Kernland. I thought that was maybe their king. Isn't the king's name Karl?
Who knows or cares?
You're bad. Okay, let's see more. Rough, spicy cough. It was from the...
This is sixth generation. These are two guys.
Yeah.
Karl och Toge Kröbbitin.
That's Danish.
Krönlein.
That's only one beer, folks. 7.2.
Sixth generation brewers.
Sixth generation brewer. Yeah. Okay. It's not as foamy this time, Brian Huffman was noting.
Yep.
No.
So it takes about 6 generations, but the Swedish can make beer.
You're such a bad person. I like Sweden, okay? Maria, let's see, what else was there? Maria had some things in there for you. I am so excited to see you. I can find lots of beer. Okay, Karl, you have to come for the beer, okay? We're taking a train. You can handle it.
It's not like I would be driving anyway.
Actually, I think we might be taking a bus from the hotel, or the bed and breakfast we'd booked. And of course, we have to find room to bring stuff home. You have to carry all the yarn. It's so heavy. It'll be fun.
What do you think I've been doing the last year?
Raymond says, in vino veritas, as the Romans would say. Okay, what have you been doing last year with all the yarn? Carrying my yarn all year? You want to explain? You need a vent?
I have carried all of your yarn from your car into the yarn room.
Mm-hmm. How much
The yarn room was originally a second living room, but now it's a yarn room.
Yeah, you've been calling it the textile room. That's the textile house behind him there that I have. So now we have the textile room, but it's the yarn room now.
It's mostly yarn. There are some other textile-related things
There's
like
wool and
needles and pins
fabric and embroidery
and some rolls of fabric, but most of it is yarn.
Yep. I actually got rid of a bunch of yarn too. There goes the hat. Down the hatch. Hooray for Sweden. So we're getting that one again?
Oh, this one is good.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, in vino veritas, as the Romans would say, says Raymond.
Yep.
Anna Taylor said, submitting my request to join Nalbinding 2.0. How many are we up to, by the way? I think it was like 217 last night. But now I'm working, so I don't have time to see it. You got foam on your nose. Denmark is the kid's sister. I like that. Oh, and Cheeky says, I know of at least one person that you will be there. Yep. Cheeky sent me some lotion because, you know, those are some hard-working fingers. I'm excited. It's mine. You can't have it. I haven't been able to answer all my messages yet. I'm trying to catch up, but yesterday's a driving day. And Sheep Herdress is here. She says, sound good to me. And Max says, maybe I can try the, oh my God, how do I pronounce that? Vehemesjärvi stitch in the round start. I can try Rindal. Rindal you could do easily. When the hat's gone, the party begins. You're not wrong. And okay, there you go. I knew it. The king's name is Carl Gustav. So you share your namesake with the king of Sweden, Karl. It's Karl with a C. You're Karl with a K. Don't worry. Membership is $229 before my request is accepted, right, Stan? Okay, so that's good. Risayan, by the way. You can share with Karl. I can send more. Okay, I will send lotion. And Kiwi says, I got some new Viking bling in the mail, a needle case, bracelets in bronze. Oh, cool. Gotta have the bling. We got new bling. Show me your bling. Okay, gotta hold real still. Which one is the bling?
This is the new one.
This is the new one, yeah. Because we had somebody here during Easter that was selling silver. And we've pretty much bought everything we want of the silver in our store. And I got the little snake. I have to do it the other way around. I can't hold my hand like that. Let's see. There. Can you see? No, I have to do clear. There you go. Now you can see him. I had this one actually in bronze, but it is, you can size these however you want. But the bronze was soft enough that I got it caught on something and it opened up a little bit and I lost it. But I did actually like it enough that I needed to get the silver one. I didn't know he had silver. So that one's mine. And I did actually make the embroidered snakes that you can see a while back is a little bit modeled off of this one. Let's see your finger. I can't tell if it was clear or not. Yep. Now you can see it, yeah. Yours is also one of those. And I hear that you were blaming, this actually is kind of a thick ring. You can see on this one, it's quite thick. I hear you were blaming your lack of axe throwing skills on that ring.
Yeah, no, I lost them completely as soon as I got it. But
Yeah.
I basically regained them again now, so I'm...
So now if you suck at axe throwing, you can't blame it on anything?
No, I am... Well, there are always something to blame. Like the constantly varying length of shaft on the axes. That's a problem. But
Yeah, I do actually notice the axe handle has to be the right length, otherwise.
when I get to shoot myself in with an axe, I am at 75 to 80% now. I used to be at 90,
Yeah.
but I have to compensate for this.
Yep. But you got it all under control now so I can whip your ass properly without any whining? You're so cute. Okay. Do we have... Okay, now I see we're at the end. We got like 4 minutes left. So if you want to... do you have any questions we can stump this one with? He needs it. Let's see. Okay. It puts the lotion... It puts on the lotion or it gets the hose. Writes Raymond. Raymond, can you come to the Nalbinding Festival? We need to see you. Bring a bunny. I like it puts on the lotion or it gets the hose. Oh my god. Cheeky says, I'm developing new calluses on my thumb from Nalbinding, even with using lots of lotion. Actually, Mervi Pasanen, the one who wrote the book with one needle, by the way, she can't make it to the festival, but she did tell me to bring her books with her. I have some books of hers from the shop so I can bring with if they're not all sold out. But anyway, one thing we had in common when I first met her in Tunsberg, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I have a little callus that's on the inside of my thumb right there. I don't know if it shows up well enough or not. Maybe if I push there, you can see there like a callus. But that's, for some reason, that is where my needle constantly hits my thumb when making a stitch. And I was happy to see that she's also got the same sort of injury. Other people tend to get them here or here. It's not an injury, it's just a thing anyway. But you can tell who the needle binder is now. So, does anybody else have this issue? Some people say that their skin gets really rough around here, or maybe they're holding the yarn so high up on their thumb, they get like a little mushroom top thumb going. Okay. I'm trying to think of a really good Viking question for you, Karl. Did you have any good questions this week, though? We had a lot of people in, lots.
Not that I can remember, no. But when you've been doing this for long enough, the questions start going on repeat.
But you had students today. We had lots of students in from people that are minoring or majoring in Viking, basically, or Viking history.
No, they're going on a folkehögskola.
Okay, tell me the difference. This is your country. What's a folk? It's like a people's high school, but it's actually more of an...
but it's not...
It's a higher level than American high school?
No.
Is it the same?
No.
Oh, explain this stuff to me, Karl.
It's kind of hard to explain it without throwing them a little bit under the bus, because they're not really part of the education system.
No, but then it's like the difference maybe between a college and a university?
No.
No, okay.
Because both the colleges and universities are part of the education system.
Okay.
And sometimes you need something you get from a college or a university to get a certain job.
Okay.
The folkehögskola is kind of like... You learn things that are potentially useful, but it's not part of your course of education. No job ever demands that, oh, and you, by the way, you have to have a folkehøgskole degree in this. That just doesn't happen.
No, not
But
that
when
kind
it comes to super weird sidelines, like being a Viking or being a circus artist, then folkehøgskole might be the place for you, because then you can get a tailor-made education for just that.
Oops, turn it there.
There are not that many jobs for Vikings and circus artists, so most people who go to these lines...
There are no
will-
jobs for Vikings in circus artists.
Not that many.
Okay.
So if you say, use the same time to study economics, that opens up for a lot of jobs. But if you go to a folkehøgskole and study literally anything, it will not really open many doors for you.
Pretty much just Gudvangen, and well, yeah,
Not
museums. I
not
don't
really. That education would help if you sent an application to us. But what we mostly look at is, do we know you, and what languages do you speak?
Yeah, explain that a bit, because we always have people asking to work here, but I don't. You're in a different category than I am. I just do administration stuff, but you do guiding. What do you look for in an employee when you're looking for a guide?
Personality and languages. Because it's kind of an almost universal human phobia to not like to be the center of attention, not being the one in a crowd that everybody is shutting up and listening to. It's an unpleasant thing for most people to do that. And to be a guide, you have to completely have mastered that fare, so to speak. You have to be very comfortable
Yeah,
being
that's
the
not
center
easy to
of
do.
attention.
Even when I do the will speak thing, first I have to try to open my eyes when talking, look at people. It's hard.
Yeah, no, if you get too self-conscious or you get too nervous about it, to the point you actually have to kind of like it in a way, and you have to be, you have to have some level of showmanship. You know how to structure what you are going to say. So some guides started out pretty horribly because they are nervous, and instead of telling you a story, they just go fact, 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 fact. But some of them have the ability to improve. Some don't. And
You have the uncanny and remarkable ability to fact shove things down people's throat in such a way that they don't realize they're learning anything, but they are. You deliver it in such an entertaining way.
I'm telling a story where the facts are necessary for the story to make
yeah,
sense.
Yeah, you have to have facts.
So I'm not just telling a funny story, I'm telling a funny story that forces me to explain to you how certain things worked in the Viking Age. That's what I usually do.
Let me see, I'll catch up on chat a little bit here and then see if we got any fun questions for you before we take off for the day. Let's see. Kiwi says, I attended Folkehøgskolen school after high school. Best year of my life. It looks like a lot of fun. Do you need language teachers?
A language teacher would be somebody who speaks at least one language. It depends on which language, because some are more useful than others.
English is a must. Norwegian is not.
Now, English is how we communicate with each other.
Yep.
So you absolutely need to be on
Yeah.
a operating level of English. But the more other languages you know, and the languages with a lot of customers, where the customers are very bad at English, are the good ones.
Yeah.
So Spanish, Italian, French.
Turn it this way so they can hear you. Yeah? Oops.
German used to be one of those, but the Germans are getting so much better in English nowadays that it is barely necessary. And you have some languages that they're not useless, but they are less useful than others. And the best examples I can come up with is Norwegian and Dutch. Because the people from Norway and the Netherlands, unless they are extremely young or extremely old, they speak good enough English that you can guide them in English. But sometimes it is practical to be able to speak to a Dutch 6-year-old or a Norwegian 86-year-old. And then it's good to have these languages, but it's kind of like a rare occasion.
But the most common thing people think, misconception, is that they have to speak Norwegian to work here.
Yeah, that is a plus, but it's not necessary. Not in here.
No, in the shop,
In
yeah,
the
you should
shop,
have it.
I would prefer it if you spoke Norwegian,
Yeah.
because we have a lot of Norwegian people buying souvenirs and knickknacks from our shop that doesn't come in here. Because Norwegian people have idea in their head that I already know all about the Viking Age, so they don't need to go in here. This is more for the tourists, I think. Hoody booty boo. And yeah.
Now you're insulting Norway.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll catch up because, let's see. All right. Oh yeah, you got a lot of generation here. Let's see. Where was the beginning of there? Oh, bye-bye, guys. Maria's off. Yep. Time went quite quickly. It did. It went fast. Is it like certification, the Folkehögskolan?
Some of them, kind of, yes. The one in Sogndal had lines in things like outdoor activities,
Yeah.
analog photography, digital photography, some art thing. It is mostly to have a year to have fun. That's my impression
Avalanche.
of the people who go to them. But sometimes, if you have something you really specifically want to be a part of a certain circus, then the circus line that I don't know if I have it still, but I used to have it at Norferide, where you learn how to ride a motorbike while juggling bowling pins.
Oh yeah, no, they have that in Vestby actually. Yeah, they had the dancing and circus. Yeah, Kaya says Folkehögskolan is mostly about self-development and leaves mestering of life.
Yeah.
I think she says they take a year to nurture a hobby or a passion, while they also live closely with other people in a kind of quote unquote bubble.
Yeah, that's pretty succinct.
By the way, the laugh out loud fact. I think we know those kind. Cheeky says, so I need to learn another language to get a job in the village. I'm a total ham and love to do demonstrations. The demonstrations are great for freemen, but paid staff, on the other hand, you got to have the languages. Yep, but I think we're out of time. We are well over out of time. We're 7 minutes out of time. So should we try to, I'll try to be more on the ball next week. I say this every week. I literally posted the link with 3 minutes to go. But you know what I did? I forgot the computer at home. So I couldn't make the damn link. I had to run home and get it at 5:30. And then we're on in 30 minutes later.
And that explains the TV dinner instruction.
Yep. You want to go ahead and tell them that one?
No, I had Greg panically waving at me from the shop with, Karl, you have to check your phone. Karin sent you a message. And then I'll read, buy 2 TV dinners and a bag of chips.
Yep. Store closes at 6 at the same time as YouTube, so we didn't have time.
Yeah.
But
we close
Oh,
and
big
they close
avalanches
at
somewhere.
exactly the same time.
I can hear them, but I don't know where they are because we're under a roof. Okay, but next Saturday, same time, whether I get the damn link up or not.
I probably will be a little bit late.
Yeah, but that's okay.
and
We
even
I
later next Saturday.
I screwed up the Neshulta stitch, so I have to reteach
Also,
it.
you might have to start inside or out of view somewhere, because we might have a group here at that time next
Yeah, but we can go on the
next Saturday.
fjord. For example, I can go on the fjord. It looks really beautiful this time of year. Okay, I will see you guys later.
Right?
See you. Oh, there, end.